In a nation divided, a unanimous Supreme Court decision is a rare event, one that shakes the foundations of American law. Today, December 21, 2025, the court delivered a 9-0 ruling that has transformed gun seizure laws nationwide. This isn't just about firearms, it's about the delicate balance between public safety and individual liberty. For decades, the debate pitted the Second Amendment against the state's duty to protect. Now, the court has drawn a new constitutional line. The implications are sweeping. Law enforcement procedures, mental health interventions, and legislative frameworks across all 50 states must change. The decision in United States v. Miller is a legal earthquake. Its aftershocks felt far beyond America's borders. The world is watching as the U.S. redefines the boundaries of rights and state power. This case began in everyday communities, where personal crises and police encounters blur the line between help and overreach. The court's unanimous voice signals that the principles at stake transcend politics. Today's ruling is not a win or loss in the culture wars. It's a constitutional clarification with consequences for all. Let's explore how we arrived at this moment, what the court decided, and what it means for the future. To grasp today's decision, we must look back at the evolution of gun seizure laws in America. Historically, firearm seizures were tied to criminal acts, with the Second Amendment serving as a shield against government overreach. As violence patterns changed, states introduced red flag laws, civil orders allowing temporary gun removal from those deemed dangerous, often without a crime being committed. By the 2020s, over 20 states had such laws, touted as tools to prevent suicides and mass shootings. Supporters saw them as common sense. Critics warned of due process violations, as many laws allowed ex parte hearings, seizing guns without the owner present. The debate centered on balancing preemptive safety with constitutional rights. Supreme Court cases like Heller and Bruen affirmed gun rights, but left open questions about the constitutionality of red flag laws. The legal groundwork was set for a direct challenge. Could the state seize firearms without robust due process? The stage was set for a case that would force the court to finally decide. That case was about to arrive. Before United States v. Miller, there was Caniglia v. Strom, a case that exposed the limits of police power in gun seizures. Edward Caniglia, after a heated argument, was taken for a psychiatric evaluation. Police entered his home without a warrant and seized his guns. Lower courts sided with police, expanding the community caretaking doctrine from cars to homes. The Supreme Court unanimously rejected this, ruling that the Fourth Amendment's protection of the home is paramount. Police cannot enter a home without a warrant under vague justifications of community care. The Caniglia decision was a warning. The court was skeptical of broad police discretion in home entries and seizures. While focused on the Fourth Amendment, the ruling cast doubt on red flag laws that bypassed due process. The question lingered: if community caretaking isn't enough, what standard applies to red flag gun seizures? The legal uncertainty was clear. The stage was set for a new challenge. The next case would force the court to confront the heart of red flag laws. That case was United States v. Miller, and it would change everything. The case began in 2023 when John Miller, a veteran, posted alarming messages online. A relative, fearing for his safety, petitioned under a state red flag law. Miller's guns were seized after an ex parte hearing. He wasn't present to defend himself. 2 weeks passed before Miller could contest the order in court. His attorney argued this violated his due process and Fourth Amendment rights property was taken without a meaningful chance to be heard, and the seizure lacked the high standard of probable cause. The state countered that the law was a civil safety measure, not a criminal action. Lower courts split. Some upheld the law. Others found the ex parte process unconstitutional. The resulting circuit split made Supreme Court review inevitable. The nation waited as the court agreed to hear United States v. Miller. The question: can the state seize guns without immediate, robust due process? The answer would reshape American law. And it arrived in a unanimous decision. The Supreme Court's 9-0 decision in United States v. Miller didn't ban red flag laws, but it transformed them. Chief Justice Roberts wrote, "The state's interest in safety must not override constitutional protections." The court ruled that ex parte gun seizures, without the owner present, are unconstitutional unless followed by a swift adversarial hearing. No more waiting weeks. A hearing must occur within 48 to 72 hours, with the owner able to present evidence and cross-examine witnesses. The standard of proof was raised. The state must show clear and convincing evidence of imminent danger, not just a preponderance. This makes it harder for the state to keep seized firearms without strong justification. The decision sets a new national standard. Red flag laws are allowed, but only with immediate, robust due process. The unanimous ruling sends a clear message. This is about constitutional principle, not politics. Legislatures must now revise their laws to meet these requirements. The era of prolonged, one-sided gun seizures is over. The court has spoken with one voice. The rules have changed, and the nation must adapt. For gun owners, the biggest change is speed. If your guns are seized, you now get a hearing within days, not weeks. You can challenge the evidence, bring a lawyer, and defend your rights almost immediately. For law enforcement, the decision means new procedures and tighter timelines. Police can still act in emergencies, but must quickly justify their actions in court. This may make officers more selective, focusing on clear cases of imminent danger. False or malicious reports are now riskier for accusers, who must defend their claims in court right away. The process is fairer, faster, and more accountable. The state's power to seize guns is now tightly constrained. Red flag laws remain, but as precise tools, not broad nets. The system must be swift, just, and constitutionally sound. The days of seize first, ask questions later are gone. The ruling scrambles political lines. Gun control advocates must now design laws with stronger due process, while gun rights groups celebrate a win for constitutional protections. States face new costs, more judges, staff, and resources for expedited hearings. Police need training to comply with the new standards. But wrongly accused individuals will spend less time and money fighting to reclaim their rights. Socially, the decision shifts the conversation. Removing guns isn't a cure-all. Mental health support is crucial. Lawmakers may invest more in prevention, not just intervention. The ruling could rebuild trust between gun owners and law enforcement by reinforcing due process. But families may hesitate to call police, knowing the higher bar for evidence. The burden of proof is higher, and the stakes are real. The decision forces a more nuanced, responsible approach to crisis and safety. The ripple effects will be felt in every community. America's approach to gun seizure has fundamentally changed. Legal scholars, police, and mental health advocates all see the ruling as a turning point. Professor Anya Sharma calls the 9-0 decision a powerful message. Due process is a core American value, not a partisan one. Retired Police Chief Michael Bennett notes the logistical challenges, but welcomes a clear national standard. Officers now have a brighter line to follow, and public trust may grow. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, a mental health advocate, urges investment in prevention. Red flag laws are a last resort, not a solution. The ruling should spark broader mental health support, not just legal fixes. Legal analysts see a landmark for both gun rights and due process. Stephen Davies, a civil liberties expert, says the court rejected the false choice between safety and rights. Laws can protect the public, but must respect constitutional procedures. This is a victory for fairness, not just for gun owners. The government can't strip rights without a swift, fair hearing. The message safety and liberty must go hand in hand. America's legal landscape is forever changed. The Supreme Court hasn't ended the gun debate, it's redefined it. United States v. Miller closes one chapter and opens another, focused on implementation and innovation. The ruling demands precision, fairness, and respect for constitutional boundaries. States must rewrite laws, guarantee swift hearings, and meet higher standards of evidence. The real test will be in practice. Can new procedures protect both safety and rights? The story of gun seizure in America is entering a new era, one that demands vigilance from lawmakers, police, and citizens alike. The balance between freedom and security is now a lived daily challenge. The court has spoken, but the ongoing conversation belongs to all Americans. Share your thoughts, engage with your community, and help shape the future. The line has been drawn. It's up to us to walk it. The next chapter is ours to write.